Second part of our morning session before morning tea, we're going to look at how non-technical folks can plan a software project. By way of background, these are services that we often are paid to deliver and very happy to deliver them. But I think you'll agree at the end of this session, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here that you could very easily do yourself. A range of these techniques are essentially just systematic ways of thinking through how to plan out a project. Now, one of the things that I think is really important that we've discovered is when you're planning out software projects, you generally do a much better job if you can use 2 or 3 techniques at the one time. So if you can use something that is pictures, and if you can use something that is words, and I'm going to show you a range of techniques today, oftentimes they challenge each other, they live well in tension. And so we've certainly had scenarios where I recall when I started our business, I used to write nothing but really long written proposals. Like they'd be 40 or 50 pages. And ultimately people were buying, not because of what was in the presentation. In fact, they got bored by about page 10. They were buying because they liked me. We'd created some relationship. And what would happen, however, is that the project would go through and we would end up having an argument about the 3rd paragraph on page 29, and it would be a really bad argument. And so we moved away from purely using words to using pictures. And what we discovered was when people got pictures, they gave us, like the feedback volume was like 5 to 10 times higher. They would take the red pen out and go, oh, you've missed that, and oh, that's a great idea, and the feedback became so much richer. And so if we can look at these problems from multiple aspects, you'll actually get a lot greater clarity between you and the people who are doing your development. And let me say, a lot of things go ugly because the communication isn't good. So this session is really about trying to give you techniques to help with the communication process. So 7 techniques. 3 of these are going to be system-focused techniques. These are techniques that talk about what the system does. We're going to look at a thing called IPO, we're going to look at business logic and data models. And 3 of them are going to be customer-focused. So we're going to look at actor analysis, user journey, and user stories. So they try and take the perspective of our users and what our users are looking to get. And then we're going to combine it and talk about wireframes and how to use those. Before we do, we need to think about curry. Curry is important in our business. We have curry every Friday. It just so happens that computer geeks like curry. And so we have a curry ordering system. We have software that we have written that orders and manages the curry. It manages the IOUs because people often don't actually have the money for the said curry. It even can do clever things. You know, it knows if you haven't paid your curry debts. And so we manage curry very well in our business. And in fact, one of the things that's nice about having developers work for you is they come, you've got to get them to do something. And no client wants to work with a developer on the first day. You've got to get the systems and working. So you need something to work on. So it just so happens that curry is really good for that.